Hi and welcome to Unity tutorial created using Instantiate, which is a function used to create clones of game object. Let me show you guys how this works. If I click on this, and you will see clones of prefabs. There we go, look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together one of these games using instantiation. So to do that, I'm going to have to end this. Let's go to file and we'll start a new project entirely. File, new project, and let's give our new project a name. So I'm just going to call that Instant. Let's click on create. Yeah. Okay, now that my development environment is ready, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. You see the hierarchy? Click on the hierarchy and let's select create empty, and there we go. So I have my empty game object right there. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to add a cube there. That's my cube right there. Now what I would do is I would drag this very cube and drop it right in here so that I can convert it to what is known as a prefab. As you can see, the color is now blue, which means it's a prefab. Right, so just as you can see, a prefab is actually a pre-configured object saved right inside this very asset itself. Okay, so let's click here and let's change the column to just one. There, that's my prefab there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys straight to Unity website where there are documentation on how to create a prefab using function instantiate. So let me show you the Unity documentation, and right here we have the Unity documentation if you guys want to read through, and we actually have this document, the URL inside my description area. You can always come in, have a read through. So let me come right down here. This is the project we're actually working on. So all I'm just going to do is I want to create something similar to this, and right here at the lines of codes, copy there and minimize that. Now back into my own development area, I will now select game object. Once my game object is selected, I will come right here. Let's click on add component. The component that I want to add is script, and I'm going to make sure it's C#. So I'll give that a name. Let's just call it circle format and click on create and add. Now circle format is ready. Select that and click on open. Okay, now that my coding area is ready, I'm going to highlight the void start and the void update. Just delete those two functions. Now the lines of code copied from Unity itself, and right here are the lines of code one more time. Okay, I'm now going to paste those right in here. There we go. As you can see, instantiate prefab in a circular format there. So the number of objects to be created is 20 with 5 radius. So what I'm going to do now is save that. Okay, make sure it's saved, and let's go back to our development area. So back in here, I will then click on or select the game object, and right there, that is the variable that was declared inside the C# itself, and that's it right there, prefab. Okay, the next thing is, you see this very cube there. Make sure the object is selected, click and drag and drop it right in here. There, that's all there is to it. And if I run the program, this is what you guys will see. There we go. See that? It's just created a circle. Okay, now what I want to do is to enhance this very circle that is created. Stop that. I will then come in here, go to object, and let's select cylinder. That's my cylinder right there, as you can see. Okay, now let's go back to the code. Double click on the code itself, get it opened. Now that the code is opened, I'm going to now copy these same lines of code. Just right from here, copy that and paste it right underneath this very one there. And what I will then do is I will also copy this and just change it around. Those are the variables. So this one will be prefab. Let's make that prefab 1, number of object 1, radius 1, and this very one I'll just change everything to 1, 1, 1, 1, and right here we have prefab. Now let's save that, minimize that. Let's select the game object. As you can see, we have the first prefab and the second prefab there. So let's now drag this cylinder right in here to convert it into a prefab. There we go. Make sure the game object is selected, drag the cylinder and drop it right inside where we have prefab 1, and that's all there is to it. I will now run my program, and let's see what's going to happen. There we go, look at that. Okay, now let's carry out one more modification. Stop that from working. Now right click and let's select panel. There we go, we have panel there. And what I'm going to do is I will now, let's move this panel down a little bit here so that we can see that. Yeah, that's fine. And let's enhance the size of that panel, make it 2, 2, and 2. Okay, now I need some images, so I'll go straight into my image folder here, and let's just drag maybe 1 or 2 of these very images. Let's see, drag that in there, 1, and yeah, right there. And let's drag Captain Paul in as well. There we go. So I'm going to minimize that. Now for the cylinder, I'm going to drag Captain Paul straight onto the cylinder. There we go. You see that it's changed. And for the panel, I'm going to drag the Captain New Wings there. Okay, let's straighten that up. Okay, using your right hand mouse and use the wheel and get it centered. There we go, guys. Now that that is done, let's run our program again and see what's going to happen. There we go, look at that. You see that? That is the power of prefab. Okay, using instantiation. Let's create room for that. Yeah. You see that? So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. Bye for now.